My girlfriend announced, "Here, a 47-item marriage requirements list." I wrote "we redone here" on a napkin, and walked out. Days later, she crashed my classroom, billed my mom, and made fake dating profiles. I just smiled because the judge would read everything tomorrow. I am still sitting in my car outside Olive Garden trying to process what just happened. My hands are literally shaking as I type this. So I am 28, been with Madison for almost 2 years. She is 26, and we moved in together 8 months ago. Honestly thought we were solid. Sure, she had been making comments about my job, my friends, even how I fold laundry, but I figured that is just relationship stuff, right? Last night she texts me, "Meet me at Olive Garden tomorrow at 7. We need to talk about our future," with a heart emoji. I am thinking proposal talk. Maybe moving to a bigger place. Something good. I show up and she is already there with this thick manila folder on the table. The kind you would use for important documents after we order. She slides it across with this serious expression. "Before we take the next step, we need to address some areas for improvement." I open it, and guys, I cannot make this up. There is a laminated sheet inside. She literally went to FedEx office and paid money to make this permanent. The title reads Madison's Marriage Requirements, Areas Where Tyler Needs Development. 47 items. 47. She wanted me to increase my teaching salary by 65% within 18 months because my current income was insufficient for our lifestyle vision. Switch from elementary education to corporate law or finance. She wanted me to lose 25 pounds. Join a specific gym she had already called and gotten pricing for. Get my teeth whitened. Get a new haircut from a salon she would pre-selected. She wanted me to phase out my friends Jake, Connor, and Sam because they were holding me back from my potential and replace them with networking-focused friendships. She wanted me to sell my house, the house I have been paying on for 5 years that I love. Buy something in Riverside Estates for minimum $800,000. She wanted me to limit visits to my mom to major holidays, only because excessive family attachment indicates emotional immaturity. Gaming reduced to 1 hour per week maximum. Take up golf for professional networking. Learn wine tasting. Enroll in an MBA program by next spring. She had already requested information packets, and at the bottom, a timeline. 6 months for the easy changes, like my appearance and hobbies. 2 years for the major life adjustments like career and housing. She is watching me read this whole thing, just sipping her wine like she had handed me a restaurant menu. When I finish, she goes, "I know it seems like a lot, Tyler, but I see such incredible potential in you. These changes will help you become the man you are meant to be, the man I need you to be." I stared at her, then at this list, then back at her. "This is really something," I said. Her whole face lit up. "I knew you would understand. When do you want to start?" I was thinking we could tackle the wardrobe situation this weekend. I grabbed a napkin from the dispenser, wrote 3 words on it, and slid it back to her. "We are done here." Her smile just disappeared. "What?" I put a 20 on the table and walked out. Didn't say another word. My phone started buzzing before I even reached my car. 23 missed calls and probably 50 texts by now. Haven't read any of them. Reddit. What the hell just happened? Did my girlfriend really just hand me a performance review for our relationship? Is this as insane as it feels, or am I overreacting? Update 1. Holy hell. This situation escalated in ways I never could have imagined. Thanks for all the comments. Reading them helped me realize I wasn't losing my mind. First, Madison apparently sat at that restaurant for 2 hours after I left, telling other customers I was processing feedback and would return once I worked through my defensive reaction to constructive criticism. But that was just the beginning. Friday morning, she shows up at Roosevelt Elementary, where I teach 4th grade, just walks into my classroom during second period math. Picture 23, 9, and 10-year-olds watching as my girlfriend sets up an actual easel with poster boards about Tyler's transformation journey. She had charts. She had before and after photos of other people, a whole presentation. My principal, Mrs. Henderson, had to physically escort her out while Madison shouted about how the education system was keeping me trapped in mediocrity and wasting my potential on children when I could be making real money. My 4th graders were asking me about it for days. "Mr. Tyler, why was that lady so angry about your job?" But guys, that is not even the worst part. Friday evening, I get a call from my mom. "Tyler, honey, your girlfriend is here at the house." "With professionals?" Madison had driven 45 minutes to my mom's place with what she called a relationship intervention team she would actually hired, a life coach, a financial advisor, and someone she introduced as a masculine energy consultant. I still don't know what that last one means. My mom, bless her, let them into her living room because she was so confused. Madison had prepared a full presentation about my unrealized potential and how my mother had enabled my comfort with being average throughout my entire life. The life coach started getting uncomfortable when my mom asked, "Did Tyler agree to this meeting? Does he know you are all here?" Madison's response, "He will once he understands what he is throwing away by rejecting growth." They packed up and left pretty quickly after that, but not before Madison looked my mom dead in the eye and said, "You have raised him to be afraid of excellence." To my mother, who worked 3 jobs to put me through college, who drove me to every baseball practice, who still sends care packages with homemade cookies. Saturday morning, email from Madison's dad, Robert, who I have met maybe twice. Subject line, business opportunity. He offered me a position at his accounting firm with the exact salary increase Madison demanded, contingent on me reconsidering my hasty decision and attending couples counseling. He CC'd Madison and wrote, "I have resolved the financial concern. The other items on Madison's list are quite reasonable for a man seeking to build a life with my daughter." Sunday was supposed to be pickup day for her stuff. I had spent Saturday packing everything while she bombed my phone. She didn't show. Instead, her sorority sister Ashley arrives with a U-Haul and 3 guys. But Madison had given them a list of items to take that included my television, my PlayStation, my coffee machine, and my grandmother's handmade quilt, that Madison claimed felt more hers since she truly appreciated its craftsmanship. Building security had to intervene. I had to go through every box. Ashley kept arguing that Madison had invested significant emotional labor in improving the apartment aesthetic, so deserved equitable compensation and shared belongings. One of the guys she had hired pulled me aside. "Dude, she told us you were holding all her stuff hostage and being abusive, but you seem totally normal, and she sounds." He just shook his head. After that, all 3 refused to take anything that wasn't clearly hers. Monday morning, Madison updated her LinkedIn to Relationship Development Specialist and published an article called "When Love Means Letting Go, Recognizing Potential versus Accepting Mediocrity." Didn't use my name, but it was obvious. She wrote about 18 months trying to help a partner see his worth, only to have her thoughtful guidance rejected by someone more comfortable with familiar than excited by personal development. Comments were brutal. Someone connected it to my Reddit post. People were tearing her apart. She deleted it within 4 hours, but screenshots are forever. That night she texted from her sister's phone, "You will regret this when you are 35 and alone in your little house with your little job." I replied, "Already happier alone in my little house than walking on eggshells around your improvement lists." Jake came over with pizza and we played Call of Duty until 2 a.m. Best Monday I had had in months. Update 2, I thought it was over. I was so incredibly wrong. The entitlement reached levels that defy human comprehension. Wednesday, my apartment complex calls. Madison filed a formal complaint for unlawful eviction and theft of shared property, claiming she was a legal tenant despite never being on my lease or paying rent. Under duration of tenancy, she wrote, 24 months total, 8 months physical residency, 16 months emotional investment and future planning. Emotional investment tenancy. That was a new legal concept. Carol, the office manager, was trying not to laugh. "Han, I have managed apartments for 20 years. This is really something special." Thursday evening, I am at Planet Fitness when who walks in? Robert, Madison's dad. This man hasn't seen a gym since high school, wearing brand new workout clothes with tags still attached, pretending to accidentally bump into me. "Tyler, what are the odds?" "0 odds. Robert. Security footage later showed him waiting in his car for 45 minutes, timing my workout schedule. He corners me at the water fountain. "Son, let's talk man to man." Madison comes from a family that values growth and achievement. Maybe her approach was direct, but her heart was in the right place. "Robert," she handed me a laminated performance review. "She sees potential in you. What you could become with the right guidance." Then he drops this bombshell. "I will pay for the house down payment myself. Consider it an investment in your futures." I started laughing so hard I had to sit down. "Robert, I already own a house. I love my house." His face turned red. You are throwing away my daughter over pride. She chose you. No, she chose a project, someone she thought she could completely remake. He stormed out, leaving his new gym bag behind. Saturday afternoon, grocery shopping when I get a text from an unknown number. Check your email right now. Screenshots from multiple dating apps. Madison had created profiles for me using my photos, but with bios I definitely didn't write. Ambitious educator seeking driven woman to build an empire together. Recently single after outgrowing a relationship that couldn't match my vision. Future law student, fitness enthusiast, ready for the next level. No time for games or mediocrity. She had been having conversations with women pretending to be me for days. My coworker Dave's sister matched with fake me and called Dave laughing. Dude, you have been talking to my sister about synergistic partnership potential and aligned life trajectories. Since when do you sound like a LinkedIn motivational post? But the truly psychotic part, she had been setting up real dates with my real address. Saturday night, Jessica shows up at my door. I am in pajamas playing games with Jake and Connor. This poor woman drove 30 minutes, dressed up nice, expecting to meet this ambitious educator who had discussed their future Napa Valley vacation home. I explained the insane situation. Jessica was pissed, then started laughing harder and harder. This girl made you sound like Tony Robbins meets a corporate recruiter. The guy she was pretending you were sounded exhausting. Jessica helped me report the fake profiles. Plot twist. She stayed for pizza and destroyed us all at Mario Kart. Call me when your ex stops being completely insane, she said, leaving her real number. You seem way more fun than the guy she was pretending you were. Sunday morning, 8 a.m. phone call from my mom, sounding baffled. Tyler, why did I just receive an invoice from your ex-girlfriend? An actual itemized bill for $6,847.50. Relationship coaching and life optimization for 24 months at $150 per month. Personal styling consultation. Career guidance and educational planning. Social circle assessment and recommendations. Home improvement suggestions. Future planning and goal-setting sessions. And my favorite, emotional labor and growth facilitation services. Bottom line, payment due within 30 days. Failure to remit payment will result in legal action for services rendered. My mom, sweetest woman alive, called Madison back and left a voicemail. Sweetheart, I need you to never contact me or my son again. If you send me more bills for dating my child, I will invoice you for raising him. $500 an hour for 28 years of services. That is considerably more expensive than yours. Best part. Madison's sister Chloe reached out on Instagram to apologize and warn me. Sent screenshots from Madison's ex from 3 years ago. Different list. Same controlling energy. That guy eventually moved states to escape the harassment. She has done this before, Chloe wrote. Document everything because you will probably need a restraining order. Got a lawyer now. Jake's cousin giving me family rates. Sending a cease and desist. Connor, Jake and Sam made this into a drinking game. Every time Madison tries something new, we take a shot. Sam's girlfriend said we need a new game before y'all die of alcohol poisoning. Meanwhile, still teaching my kids, still living in my inadequate house, still driving my paid-off Honda, and living my best mediocre life. Final update, this is it. The absolutely unhinged conclusion to this saga. My lawyer sent the cease and desist. Normal people would stop there. Madison hired her own attorney who somehow kept a straight face while demanding compensation for breach of implied contract for mutual improvement, reimbursement for invested time and emotional labor, a public apology for defamation of character, and damages for loss of anticipated lifestyle improvements. My lawyer stepped outside because he was laughing too hard, came back with tears in his eyes. In 12 years of practice, I have never seen someone try to sue for loss of imaginary future house. While this legal nonsense played out, Madison went nuclear on social media, started a TikTok series called Dating Down. My story using voice filters, painting herself as a victim punished for having standards. Gen Z destroyed her in comments. Girl, you made a laminated list. The audacity to bill his mom emotional tenancy. Madam, seek help. She deleted everything after 4 videos. Then came Madison's masterpiece of entitlement. My cousin Sarah was getting married. Big church wedding, 200 guests. Madison wasn't invited. Was explicitly told she wasn't welcome after we broke up. But she found out about the wedding and showed up anyway, in a white dress. Not just any white dress. A full bridal gown like she had gone to David's bridal requesting something to make her look like the actual bride. She tried to sign the guest book, sit in the family section, catch the bouquet. My cousin was livid. Security tried escorting her out quietly, but she made a scene, crying loudly about how this should have been our wedding, and I had stolen her dreams. My Aunt Patricia walked up and said loud enough for half the reception to hear, "Sweetie, you need to leave before I call police. And take off that dress. You look desperate." Madison's grand finale, during the father-daughter dance. She grabbed the DJ's microphone and tried making a speech about true love conquering obstacles while staring directly at me. DJ cut her mic. My cousins Mike and Steve physically carried her out while she screamed about suing for assault. Steve, who is a sheriff's deputy, just laughed. "Please sue. I would love showing this body cam footage in court." Restraining order hearing was the next week. Judge read through everything. The list, the invoice to my mom, fake dating profiles, wedding crashing, and looked exhausted. "Madam, this behavior is deeply concerning. You need to leave this man alone and seek professional help immediately." Madison tried arguing she was the victim. Judge cut her off. "You sent his mother a $6,000 bill for being his girlfriend. That is not normal behavior." Order granted. 500 feet, no contact, 2 years. Robert called to apologize. They had had no idea about the restraining order until served papers. "We didn't raise her to be like this. I don't know what happened." Chloe messaged. "She has moved home and seeing a real therapist now. Mom and Dad finally see what we have been trying to tell them for years." Plot twist, Jessica and I have been hanging out. She thinks this story's hilarious, came to game night, destroyed everyone at Smash Bros, and said my Honda represents smart financial planning. My mom framed Madison's invoice. It hangs in her kitchen and she shows every visitor. Can you believe this girl tried billing me for dating my son? Last I heard, Madison's living at home starting a self-improvement journey. She is making lists for herself now. As for me, still teaching kids who think I am cool because I know Pokemon names. Still hanging with my negative influence friends. Still driving my paid-off Honda. Added a bumper sticker. Adequately average. Connor got it as a joke, but it is staying. Started boxing classes, not for her list. Just figured I might need to defend myself from future crazy exes. The best revenge. I am genuinely happy living my average, mediocre, list-free life. Playing games when I want, visiting mom Sundays, hanging with friends who make me laugh. Madison wanted me to change everything to be worthy of marrying her. Turns out I am perfectly fine being unworthy of someone who sees love as a performance evaluation. Thanks for following this insane journey. May your relationships be list-free and based on actual compatibility, not someone's potential to transform into your ideal person. Peace from my wonderfully adequate life.